And that was 2 maps only. So that was probably one of the key factors in them winning in that fashion, right? So the question is...
Oranges, Rock's just trapped in position, had to try and make a play, pushes his way through, gets 1 kill, Woxic will trade it back on the Guardian, Neo somehow becomes the only one left alive, trapped by Pool, and he's going to be sat in his own pile of blood there as he gets taken down. Frag comes through for Woxic, 4 kills into the round, even though he was literally stuck at second Oranges, just trapped there the whole time.
Yeah, Woxic delivering, I mean, is the fact that we saw 4 players coming from Banana.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what the thought process was, other than, so Olaf gets that first kill, we saw him take down Carrigan. Carrigan would not have seen anybody else.
No, he literally wasn't even around the wall.
So they really didn't utilize the fact that they didn't know all those players were coming from there. Neo was on his own at CT. They probably should have done a bit better with it, but nonetheless, it's actually going to be a force from things.
Ooh.
And Nico with the Deagles always say scary factor.
Yes, indeed. It's the confidence as well to just go for the wide peak like that. Gets the first kill coming through. Already puts a pin in Chris J and stops him from being able to try and get some early confidence into this matchup. Molotov over towards Library. They're going to smoke off Library and Arch. So Rain and Co can't actually get the shots through. Ooh, Guardian towards the site, overthrown as the push comes around. Nico with a bit of a wild spam with a deagle, but it won't matter. Woxic just carries on with the adjustment round towards Arch side, rips their head back off of Nico. They've got full site control. It's just left on Rain and Olaf, Ben, but this retake is not looking likely.
Yeah, that Woxic kill is kind of outrageous. Everybody knows he plays with a very high sensitivity.
Yeah.
He spun to kill Nico, but then spun towards
the whole
bottom mid.
opposite way. Yeah.
Like, it was fully just like... It's not the correct way to normally spin, but... Rain actually does grab that, and that should be a save call. I feel like if the Scout's got armor as well, you got an AK, you've got head armor. Did use a Molotov to actually try and, delay so he can get out of there. But all in all, 2v2, no kit, not really worth it. However, this could be scary again in this next round, though. Olaf actually died to that bomb. Huh. He was in, like, the garbage, like the cubby.
Yeah, he was towards the cover with like 75 HP?
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
So I think the plan wasn't the normal plan then, right? Because the default plan wouldn't have killed him there, I think.
No, it must have been like back left side, I guess, but...
Yeah. Bit unfortunate.
That's rough. I mean, I assume he was just trying to play it so he could actually get either the exit or grab the... I think there was a Mac 10 that was left over by Boiler.
Yeah. But if they had that, you might be thinking another force as well.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Ooh, okay.
It's aggressive. It's a lot of damage, though. And he didn't inflict anything.
No,
on the
Rain
other side
just turned to steam there, Ben, from the intense heat. That's how it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
The more you know.
There you go. Moisture.
So Neo's lining up a flash, which I think that just bounces against the ceiling and then just goes beyond the coffin. It's a bit of an unusual one. Raid shouldn't be able to get much of anything done unless it's a double clicker. It could be a double click flash as well. It's just a case of biding their time here. mousesports yesterday we saw Carrigan send himself in quite often. Although he has an AK and Nico. Oh, that timing. Nico's not seen him, the other's not seen the other either. The execute's gonna come in though.
They're walking straight into the stack. Rain will get one before he's traded back upon by Woxic to at least try and slow down the defense. Frozen as well. Gets a bit aggressive, finds his way through Guardian. Everyone's hitting the DECK. The only one that will remain is Olaf Meister. It's been very clean from mousesports on the actual site attack. Oof. Olaf trying to get a shot off, but there is going to be no warning coming through from him today. Frozen just starting to mop up and making a bit of bank as well for his investment there with the Mac 10. mousesports find the first 3 rounds and start things off strong here on Inferno.
Yeah, all in all starting off quite well, very composed. Not quite the same level of disrespect we saw against MVP though, if you consider they started that game off so well that they just carried on facing everything.
Oh yeah, they were like literally full confidence on everyone. They didn't really... at that point they were literally just playing it for the sake of like, we're going to win this. Yeah.
So there's a bit of a different game plan, perhaps, in mind here.
Well, this is quite strong from Woxic. Just the straight walk up mid. Angle's going to favor Nico there, though, so he's able to hold it. Gets the easy free pick across. Chris J and Woxic are both down and out in a matter of seconds into this one. It's a fair bit of damage done to Carrigan as well by the utility. So they're not in a great position, at least, going into this round. And Nico, he's been very effective towards quad.
Yeah, the double orb coming out straight on the first buy. not too surprising, but we saw that pick that Nico got onto Woxic, right? Yesterday, Woxic, he would always just go up mid quite... It wasn't actually working out too well for him, in all honesty, yesterday. But that seems to be a common trait for him, so Nico knows, I'm not going to actually face down, I'm just going to hold the angle for you to walk into. Let's see if Rops can carry on all the best smoke. That's actually kind of awkward for Rain to deal with. Oh, that Molly's burning.
Oh no!
He stabbed him.
That's what I thought was going to happen. It looked like he was actually going to be able to get off the slice with a blade, get the kill across. Instead, though, he just gets burnt off of the site. You're left now with them actually having control of A. Rops is over towards Grave. Carrigan's back in pit. They don't have any utility left. There is a ton still for FaZe, though, but there isn't a kit.
No kit, double or retake on this A site. Awkward to do it.
Ooh. That nade might help him out a little bit. Actually doesn't do any damage at all, really, to Carrigan. He's going to be fine. They're finding both of the kills. Rops has done a huge amount of the damage.
He's got no kit.
Nico just needs to go for this now. I mean, he doesn't really have any time at all. He's been able to find it, but yeah, it's just the recovery mission.
Oh, no.
Oh, he won't even get away with it. Carrigan's going to find the kill. Everyone taken down, but a 4th round for Mouse in a position that it looked like, A, they shouldn't have even got on the bomb site.
That was technically, what, 2v5?
Yeah, when they got there. It's rough. Because obviously...
The Molotov was quite fortunate as well, with Rain, he was on top of the box. The fact that it burnt him off of the box fully like that. I imagine there's so many cases where that doesn't actually touch him at all, and he just stays in that corner. Although Rops did run through the smoke into the fire as well. So I'm not really sure how that would have played out in that sense. But that's still a round you should never lose, and that's why we see the pause come out, because that's, you know, how.
That's also like the biggest influential start that FaZe have had as well, because obviously Nico towards mid gets the first 2 picks, we see Guardian being able to get a pick, so a lot of impact. It's also the amount of investment they had for that round, so that's double AWP coming out. Literally, they pumped everything they had into it, and I mean, you've got no returns. You literally didn't even save the AWP on Nico at the end there because the bomb blast and the fight, so yeah, it's rough.
As well as that, that's a 4th round buy as well, considering that they bought into the 2nd. So that's, as I said, even more investment than usual, because that's, what, guaranteed 6,300, I think, 29 for 34 from the 3rd and 4th round losses. So it is, the near cap, actual investment possibilities there. Unless you go for, a full double eco or something. Instead, we'll see them actually just go for the armor here. There's a pretty low chance of success potential here. Well, it's not like you've got a lot of grenades to work around with. You've got 2 HEs, 1 smoke. Smoke's already been used by Neo. And that is towards Banana.
Ooh. Well, Rain gets a shot off at least into Carrigan. Tries to bring him down to 55 HP. Pushes his way around towards the bomb site. They are going to be converging in. They're all set up for this, but they're entering basically 1 by 1. Luckily enough, Frozen and Rops have been able to kick up a fuss on the entry. The whiff's coming through from the Deagle as well, so their defense won't hold strong. Guardian, though, playing it sneaky, Ben, from the back of the site, is at least able to do some damage. But he needed more help from Neo. They won't be able to get really a lot going for them into the round. So only 2 casualties there for Mouse, Frozen, and Carrigan being taken down. That is another round, though, flawlessly so far, as they've been able to claim all 5.
So it feels like mousesports might have identified the way to win the anti-ecos against FaZe. So if you consider Guardian AWPing on Inferno, you probably consider Mini Pit to be his realm, essentially, right? If he's not picking Banana, he's going to be sat Mini Pit, holding that run around from Arch. Not the actual wall itself, but just the walkout, right?
Yeah.
On anti-ecos, he's not going to be there. He'll have a P250, he doesn't buy deals. You can basically go towards Arch and wrap around, which they've done twice now already. What could be a situation which changes the way you consider the CT side from FaZe is the fact that we're seeing a double AWP come out quite often. Nico's the one who picks it up, which means Guardian gets displaced. He has to go to the other bomb site, because for whatever reason, Nico's AWPing on A. When in the past, Nico plays B, if I remember correctly, with Neo. Which means we see Guardian in an awkward position where he's sat kind of in CT squad, not able to do too much unless Neo does, leave him there.
Okay. Well, the first pick comes in at basically the same time for either side. Neo finds Carrigan walking around through Arch side, of course, and Rops will be able to get the trade back on Orloff. An awkward spam coming out, though, as Rops blind on the balcony, wasn't able to put up much of a defense, goes down. Frozen and Chris has to get the advantage back for Mouse. Woxic holding the angle will find the face of Neo and instantly smash it in. And it's all just left on Guardian at this point. It's a 1 versus 3 save. You just want to get out of there. And that is going to be another round for Mouse.
6-0 already. Just thinking back to FaZe of the last year or so.
Yeah.
it's very rare you see them come out to like a hot start in games. It feels like it always feels like they go down like 6-1, 7-1.
And then they bring it back.
Yeah, if they don't, they lose like 16-4 or something. But otherwise, it always feels like they go down and then pull something back. They never seem to stomp games nowadays, as well as the other thing. Which, when on paper, that lineup should still be capable of doing that. It's kind of unusual. Guardian very much tracing the sound there.
Ooh, Chris as well brought down to 14 HP as he was over in Grave. Well, there's going to be a pause. It's actually a tactical timeout coming through from Mouse as well. Very much a Carrigan pause of let's just take time to talk about things, even when you do have the advantage.
Yeah, it's one of those pauses. I mentioned it yesterday that they tend to take a pause around round 6. So round 7 going into here. Technically, if you've got 4 pauses, we don't actually have a system where you get more pauses when you go into overtime, which I think is a bit interesting. I feel like you should, if you have no more pauses left, you probably should be given one more just
get like
for
an
the rest
additional
of overtime.
pause just for the OT.
Just the one, yeah, just to, as a way of breaking things. So then at least you could create an accurate measurement where you just to go, if we don't pause by around round 7, we should probably take one anyway just to talk about things and then reevaluate the game.
Yeah.
Which you could argue that's what this pause has just been done for. Try and see what gun did he save? Do we have an idea? It was Guardian. We can assume it's an AWP. Will they invest around it? They've got full like loss bonus. Chance side's pistol armor. This is a bit bold.
This is quite of a drastic change, actually. Olofmeister already closed down.
Straight through Vietnam.
They've already taken so much damage over towards Banana, though, Ben, and this fight is about to kick off. It just depends where they're actually going to strike first. Carrigan so blind as everyone is battling towards Banana. Luckily, Chris has been able to do all the damage and bail them out of the scenario they've been left in. But the commotion that's been caused is absolutely drastic. You leave it on Guardian now in a 1 versus 1 up against Carrigan. He's sprinting over to try and recover the bomb. It's barely in the smoke, but he's been able to nab it. But if he walks through the smoke, he'll reveal himself to Guardian. His back was exposed. Guardian gets the kill. 3K for Guardian at the round.
So that was such an awkward thing, because we could see that build up at mid. Things were about to get going. But then at the same time, Banana had the same issue. So Guardian, when he was holding that peak from Vietnam, he gets the player that peaks there. Olaf then pushes down and gets another kill to Chris J, who got the triple kill at Banana. It was a full escalation of just technically perfect trade kills across the board. Guardian, great involvement with the AWP, like 3 kills into the round. Probably best case scenario when it comes to actually being able to get things done. So Guardian now actually going toward Banana fully again.
It's a bold commit from Woxic.
Yeah. He's all about going for risky plays though.
Yeah, he doesn't really, half it. He does it all 100% investment.
Yeah. I'm not too sure why they've used that Molotov there. Typically you molly the corner and then you flash the top to clear sandbags and everything like that, appropriately like that.
Grouped up outside of B. The rotation's coming over as well for the rest of the team to actually link up and assist them. They do have utility for this. And there is a minute on the clock. Looking like they want to try and go for the boost up for Woxic as well, so we can peek over. Well, they don't get much from that, but at least they don't get penalised for it either. So they do set up for the smokes to come in. They're going to be able to block off CT and get ready for the push in. Good use of the Molotov as well. Going to force Guardian out, so it's a little bit more awkward for him. He's stuck behind the pillar. Transfer of damage coming through already. Oh, they've been able to get their way in towards the site, though, through pool. Chris gets the first kill. The headshot over towards Neo. Guardian trying to defend the site, hungering as they come towards him. But it doesn't work out well. He will only get the 1 kill before he's traded back upon this left in the 3 versus 2. Huge advantage for the mousesports side, Ben.
Yeah, very nicely done execute there, all things considered. It was very composed. There was no panic, was there? The smoke went down from FaZe and everything, but they just said, okay, hold on. I'll throw a flash for you guys, then burst it. Flash comes through. We saw Neo's screen. He was completely blind, stuck up there. Guardian the same. And they get the kills that were required. Guardian still got a kill, but it's not quite enough when you're holding that B site. Means we see a save come through. Nico has cash. But all in all, they'll still have, what, 2,900? Because the loss bonus not resetting fully. You could still go for a buy. If you want the double AWP, or you rely on it that much, Nico can drop 1 AWP across, buy himself another one, Guardian drops an M4, Neo can buy himself, Rain gets the gun that was dropped. You can still get a buy going through. It's not fantastic utility-wise, though. But with the double up, you don't actually need that much utility to revolve around it. It feels like you can hold down those angles without smoke, without Molotov, or anything like that. I imagine the tactical time is to talk about what actually went wrong. Because they did have 3 players on that bomb site as well. Rain was sat in that CT smoke. He just never got a chance to go through. There was no flashes for him.
Yeah.
There was nothing really there for him. Now we've got past the parcel going on in spawn.
As they take this time to actually work out what they want to do with the buy.
Okay, so Guardian's been given that AWP from Nico. Nico buys himself one. Rain gets that gun. Neo, he'll be going with an SMG, I imagine. Unless there is a gun on the floor. I don't see one. He does have 1650, so it'll be an MP9, UMP, whichever SMG of choice, I imagine. Unless there is a gun. I think there is a gun beneath the... there is, like, beneath the right-hand side of the scores for the T-side players. There's a UMP on the floor.
Oh, there you go. I wondered, I was looking, I was like, I don't see one.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's see if it is going to be the aggression that comes back through once again into this.
Burning.
Guardian, he's going to be feeling the full wrath of the fire this time around towards top banana. Still trying to go for the peek across. Flashbang comes in. If he does go for the swing, get the free pick onto Chris, which he will. Carrigan's already bailed out. And that is going to be the opening play towards Banana working out well. However, Nico, he wants to try and hit him with a 1-2 combo. You show him a little bit of leg, and he's going to blow it clean off.
So the same thing that happened in the first buy round. A kill at Banana, a kill by Nico at mid. Last time we saw Nico get another kill at mid. However, that still resulted in mousesports taking the round. So that's another kill from Nico. So are we going to see a repeat?
Yeah, it's played out in basically the same way. They are both over towards quad as well. Difference is Carrigan and Rops that remain now into this one. And you've got 55 seconds. Luckily, Nico is still just landing the shots and the tag as well. So Rops is going to skedaddle out of there and call it quits on that one. Yeah, that's literally the same way as it went down before.
Just that they weren't quite as...
bold to just charge in, like headstrong. Last time, obviously, they just got the better of Nico just on the raw push and then took it from there.
Yeah, so Rob's having to save, only has $450 in the bank. Money's not great for mousesports when you consider they have won, 7 of the 8 rounds that have been played. But a lot of those have been quite costly. So FaZe actually utilising the double up quickly. Clearly they went into this game with a clear idea. We need to use double up as soon as possible with this.
Yeah.
I remember there was a situation at Katowice 2018 with NIP where like their win rate regularly in rounds was like 52%, but when they had a double AWP it went to like 67, and that was with Draken as well as that Forest picking up the AWP every now and then, Lekra doing the same. Tactical from Mouse, I imagine that's more to talk about the buy. Chris J can get an AWP across to Woxic, but he would be sacrificing his own weapon there. Can't help but feel like you definitely need to buy into it, I feel. It's just a case of what do you do with the AK you have? Do you actually get an AWP around it as well, or do you go for another rifle, make sure you have heavy utility alongside it? Because Chris J has the choice here still. He's been buying the SG quite a bit. Yeah, there you go. I wonder how they're going to adapt to it though, because Guardian gets that kill at Banana. I wouldn't say that it was luck, he just outplayed the scenario, like the Molotov was there, but he got in a position where he's not burning him, and he still stays behind that wood at the top, right?
Yeah, it was just, I mean,
he's played
kind
right,
of
he's
quite
played
well timed, obviously, knowing when to actually go for the face.
mousesports haven't yet seen. So Guardian takes that same amount of damage, he's staying in the same position, he smokes the bottom this time, and he'll peek once the Molotov's gone because they're just clearing out tree and everything. I wonder when Mouse will realise though that there's 3 players being sent to Banana, because there has been the last 3 rounds, just to get Guardian to that position, and then Neo falls off. So it's the same way Astralis played their Inferno the past year and a half or so.
Well, they have rotated off now, just leaving only Guardian on B, because he doesn't need the immediate assistance. mousesports trying to get that control towards the brackets area. They burst straight in. Carrigan goes first, headstrong as ever. The Rain's going to slow down the push from the mousesports side as he gets that instant kill. They're not done yet. They don't want to give up. Nico, it's been a prime time position for him here as he's been playing off the back of the site, being able to get those shots across with the AWP to really hammer home. They want to be able to defend this one. Olaf Meister in the elevated angle does just that as well. Easy pickings onto Chris J. They're falling one by one as he is going to drop off. Nico finally coming into effect as well with 2 crisp kills. Looks for the third, but Woxer got other ideas in mind. But only for a matter of seconds, Ben, before normality returns. And FaZe Clan, they're getting another round. The defense towards A starting to actually hold quite nicely now.
Yeah, it's quite admirable seeing the way Carrigan, when he's called a strat, he's just like, I've called this strat with intentions for you to follow me.
Yeah.
And he just goes and you're like, there was a Molotov there. He's like, and?
I went. I still went.
You're either all in or you're not in at all.
5 hands in the bucket.
You need to have 5 hands in the bucket. They're going to test that banana presence there.
Ooh. Oh, that nade's doing so much damage.
Yeah, Carrigan's carried on walking forward into it as well.
Carrigan's leapt on the nade to protect his brothers in arms there. He's literally just taking it on the chin.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he gets blown to pieces.
Yeah.
So, I'm wondering if Rain got an assist on that Carrigan kill. Because if he did, that should be a tell, though, that there was 3 players there.
Oof.
A lot of dinks coming through.
Yeah,
Shouldn't really result in anything.
They're getting tags, but it isn't going to be converted, so it won't really matter too much. Finally, FaZe are on a bit of a roll as well with rounds, because they need to build up some kind of a buffer. It's a CT half as well, so we expect, obviously, a little bit from them.
Yeah, thanks to how clean those rounds are. So, what, 2 rounds in a row? Well, actually, Nico did fall that last round, so it's 2 rounds where 5 alive, 4 alive. Great ones to build the economy, as you can see, $6,000 minimum on all the players there. So you have at least a, 2-round buffer at the very least there?
Yeah.
So this is the counter. That was them recognised. They did see that Rain was actually there. This is a straight get-go. We know this is going to be 3 banana. Let's just go quick. Ooh, that's an awkward shot to miss.
Well, Nico delves back towards the site, going to drop the smoke to at least try and protect himself in the meantime. The shots are coming through, though, and everyone is being domed in. 3 players already down, as Rain has to try and reposition himself. Spots out Rops and is able to remove his head surgically as well. Carries on with the domination as he gets himself the double on the Woxic. Carrigan fires back as the last man standing, but he isn't going to be able to stake claim and take that territory as his own. That will be the win again for FaZe as they get themselves a 5th now. Actually starting to build up a bit of a buffer.
Yeah, so that you could see the idea, as in they recognised there was 3 banana. Let's go quick up mid, go arch, wrap around. We'll give them no time to get the rotate in. Rain got there, nobody was watching for it. He gets those two first kills from Library. He then carries on going because of that smoke Nico put down that delayed them so much. It gave him an angle to clear the balcony player. He got another player in sight. He did so much for them in that short period of time that he had just arrived. It seems like one of the players always gets absolutely destroyed by grenades. So, banana. So you can see the difference in grenade usage from FaZe here. When there's not 3 players there, they just double nade and then they sit holding for it.
All off with the timing. Went round with the AK drawn, ready to slaughter, but he wasn't actually in a position to do so. Carrigan as well, luckily saves the day to actually try and bail them out. He will be able to at least throw some kind of distraction out, but Nico carries on, Ben. Gets 2 kills with the AWP, throws them in a position now where it's a 2 versus 3. Neo's rotating over, coming with Guardian. They're both coming from the same side of Arch. Guardian goes in first towards the site, clearing the angles. 2 Ts in close proximity on the site. Molotov goes out to at least try and force them back for a somewhat amount of time. Just depends how quickly they can get these shots off. Carrigan! Guardian even getting dinked down as the shot came across and towards the site. Frozen, Ben. 2 big kills. Another huge round. Carrigan was such a good distraction on the actual swing by there to stop Nico. It looked like everyone was just going to get slaughtered when they jumped out.
Crazy thing is he's still got another kill after the Carrigan.
Yeah, he still was able to go back and get the headshot.
And that's such a difficult shot to hit, even with a rifle, never mind the AWP, when you're single zoom as well. A very out with the blue round for mousesports to actually win there, thanks to Rops getting that opening kill onto Rain towards quad. But as I said, FaZe have got such a buffer that this is another buy round. They'll be able to buy in the last round of the half as well. Neo's taking a lot of damage. He might die to that.
Ooh. Blown to bits there.
Really nice utility. Yeah. The Molotov with the sandbags. He had to pull away from that. There was a Molotov on the corner, I think, as well. And as soon as one of those goes, he tries to exit. Unfortunately for him, there was a HE grenade with his name on it.
Nice little gift given straight to him. Guardian though, arms with the AWP in close proximity. As there is 4 Ts waiting outside, hustling and bustling, ready to burst through. He's going to play up close and personal towards the smoke, waiting for them to come towards him, but Ben, he misses the follow-up. They were actually coming in delayed enough. The potential could have been there for him to carry on punishing, but instead, he himself becomes the prey. Charging straight in through the smoke as well. Rain going to just run in, quite rambunctious towards the bomb site and try and get the kill. We'll only get the 1 frag before he's traded back upon. That leaves us with just 2 men. A duo of a mission here to try and retake this bomb site. Olofmeister and Nico. Nico giving the game away as they find out where he is. Olofmeister as well, brought down to 48 HP. They're not in a great position. The odds are going to be stacked against them, and Nico's just walking out as well. Straight to the awaiting arms of Frozen. Karrigan for the final killing blow with a headshot on towards Olof. And the 9th round is found for mousesports. 1 away from making this a 10-5 half.
So you can see the difference there when they do not have that 3rd player on Banana. And that's just off mousesports that 1 round trying to go quick mid. Because they really realised, although it took quite a while for them to note it, it still got to the point where FaZe realised we can't risk that. The only reason they won the round when, you know, mousesports did run up mid was because Rain killed 4 of them. Like, it was, you can't rely on that. Simply put, that's an unreasonable thing to expect from one of your teammates to do every single time they do rush up mid, really. There's decent damage coming through from Guardian there. The double playing on apps as well. And the XM is out on Olof. He's seen both of them.
He did get the read, but this isn't actually going to slow down the push. It depends though with Nico of what he wants to do with the timing here. Luckily enough, both of them will strike at pretty much the same time. Woksik and Karrigan trapped between the rock and the hard place there are the snipers that were locked down. And it's left just on Frozen and Chris. A very awkward spot to try and get themselves an extra round here at the end of this first half.
So realistically, if you're FaZe, they just cleared out the arch side. You can just go 2 and 2. With the AWP on Nico, he can control either mid, which he looks like he's going peak actually, or you can have him control toward mini pit and back up the other player in pit as well.
Neo with a bold play, the flashbang over the back of the roof, peeking back into it. Another cheeky backflash coming out as well. Actually takes both of those firefights and wins them both, leaving it on a 9-6 half. Things are as close here as they can be. It's spicing up. Let's see how it goes down in the second half after the break. FaZe Clan versus mousesports. The first map of our best of 3 here has gone down on Inferno. It ended with a 9-6 half, and mousesports have been proving that they want to try and take this one home with an iron fist, Benjamin.
Yeah, it's been very much an interesting half, right, in the sense that mousesports had, what, 7-1 lead? And from there, FaZe recovered quite well. Double Orc comes out. One thing to note, though, FaZe Clan, despite the scoreline being the way it is, they did have 11 first kills in that first half. However, clearly not quite capitalizing, as we saw. There was a 2v5 situation. There's a few situations where they have had, you know, an opening, and then they've not quite capitalized in that sense.
Well, that also kind of makes sense as well, because it was either Guardian or Nico pretty much finding the first pick with the AWP for like a hard majority of the rounds. Difference is now, though, obviously flipped over onto their T side. What are they going to be bringing to the table here? Early peek from ChrisJ, supported by Frozen down mid. Frozen is going to be traded off. Dies for the sins of Chris there, as he just slowly falls back, and it seems like the B play is going to be the true attack here.
Yeah, nice little opening. It was a bit of an odd peak, really, from mousesports. All 4 players at mid were just kind of having a look.
Yeah.
But not quite committing to it. But Execute comes through. It's just Karrigan here. It's going to be an issue.
Oh, Karrigan! Feels like he should have got that kill so much quicker. Instead, this has given a lot more time for FaZe to actually swarm the bomb site and get into a pretty healthy position. The bomb can go down, planted by Neo. Rop's barely missing, just giving him a few haircuts right above the noggin there. The rest of the response team has arrived as well, though. I'm going to try and make this one work out. ChrisJ down to 1 HP with the armor. He's backing off. Woxic as well, just going to be spammed up. Rops gets into the back line just as Chris falls, and Nico spots him instantly. FaZe Clan, they take that pistol round with only 1 casualty.
I think that's one of those pistol rounds where on the CT side you feel like your bullets aren't real.
Yeah.
Karrigan had that start off, and then you see, you know, the situation with Woxic as well. He was just shooting, nothing was happening. ChrisJ doing the same thing. Sometimes that happens, but that does mean that T-Side has taken the pistol round twice now for this map. 3 Mach 10s and a 4 spy. We don't see ChrisJ with a scout, but we do see Woxic with one. We saw him what he could do with it yesterday. He can glide and strike.
He does just leap around with it. Woxic was playing very wild yesterday. ChrisJ, though, is left into a even more safari as this push comes over towards the B-bomb site. The herd of elephants are storming in, but the Deagles are slaughtering them, Ben. Everyone has been annihilated by the Deagle defense.
How is that your anti-eco strat?
I don't know.
You've lost one person through the smoke. You're just gone, yeah, carry on.
Let's run at the site with the pistols.
With no flashes over, nothing. If anything, they got destroyed by Karrigan, who threw a flash into pool as well. I just don't understand how that's your immediate go for.
It's a bold play.
There wasn't even somebody like supporting them, being like, okay, we're going to do this, but I'm going to flash you guys in over and over. I'll keep throwing flashes over as you guys go in. There was nothing. They've not killed a single person in that round.
Ooh.
It's a trade of blows right there.
Yeah. We're ready to start this one off with Olive brought down to 40 HP. Neo as well, eating a grenade. Chris,
you can see he wanted
debating actually going for the piece. Yeah, he just wanted to run in there. Then they brought him down to 1 HP, and then he was finished off by the Molotov.
Ooh, that's a 1 dig through the corner.
Yikes. Oh, hello.
Utilities paying dividends right here.
All 3 kills.
That's a double money HE grenade right there. It's made a profit. You know, you rarely see that.
No, that is good. It's the fact that all 3 frags so far as well have just been the back off of utility, which is pretty wild. With Nico and Olof now the last 2 remaining Deagleers that are trying to find something at least into this round with a minute on the clock. Nico testing the waters outside towards balcony. Rops is there. Just depends if he actually exposes himself and peeks up. No, Rob's had the angle. He'll walk straight into it. Oliver, a nice trade. Nearly the quick follow-up as well. Fired his shot on the second, but Karrigan is that little bit quicker. And mousesports do win that round.
So I imagine we see either Karrigan or ChrisJ passing all across to Woxic here. One of them should do it, because Woxic, he only had the scout then anyway, so it's not too much of a loss. He actually goes for another scout, because actually, let's see what happens with these triple grenades that have been bought by FaZe. My suggestion is that they're going to smoke off the Molotov a banana or something, then triple nade the corner. So let's see if that goes through, or if it's just nades mid. If it's nades mid, oh, that's awkward.
Oh, wow.
So the smoke goes at the top. They're then going to triple nade the corner. Oh, jeez.
The transfer of utility damage alone into this round could be absolutely ridiculous. The mortar strike comes in.
ChrisJ's
going for business. Round from Frozen. He was just flicking back and forth. Everyone is so low. But there is not really that much offensive utility left for mousesports. They've got 2 Molotovs. They don't have any HEs anymore. They've arrived on the scene. You've also got 2 armed men on the side of FaZe as well. Both of them picking up Kalashnikovs, but one of them's had his lips forcibly removed by Carrigan. Hammers down with the M4 Ben, and things are about to take a turn for the worst as well. Over towards Banana, they get the trade-off. Woxic waiting by the smoke as soon as it fades. He should have been able to get the frags there. Instead, it's down just on Carrigan, a 1v3. The Molotov still burns through. Eventually gets extinguished out as he carries on, getting the kills, but he can't quite do this, surely. Time's basically ticked through. There's a man waiting behind him, and Rain will wash straight over him. FaZe Clan, they win the round with everyone having, on average, like 30 HP.
I'm just amazed that the triple nade worked out. But then Frozen was so blind.
Spraying left and right.
Just imagine seeing the visual of him swinging. Like,
it's a B!
I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I dead? That's a round out of nowhere to win, but clearly a well thought through round, though, in regards to... Leo clearly had the call. He was like, when I spotted towards Banana, they were playing on that corner, just throwing their utility. They're vulnerable. Let's go for it. 3 grenades. Oh.
That was crisp.
It's always so much worse to watch it from the other perspective, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like the full Ferrari peak, just...
That was very crisp. Both teams down 1 man early on into this round. They have had a bit of success towards Banana. And it looks like they are backing off once again to link up towards it. Flashbang to clear so that Nico can turn the corner and face up. In the meantime, Rain also gets the kill back over at Chris J. And this only leaves us with a 1-man defense. Frozen. Last time he had an AK, this time he has a Deagle, but he also has no head, so it won't really help him out as they have arrived and started to take control. Good nade, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's going to be the save call. Obviously, that AWP he picked up was Chris J's. I do like the movement. Chris J obviously moved off. He got the kill at Banana, went towards mid. With it being a 4v4 at the time, he wanted to make another move. Fortunately for him, though, it looked a bit slow on the peak when he actually did look towards Rain at the bottom mid. It's a case of, for Rain it's a right-hand peak, for him it's left, so Rain will have always had the advantage of some kind. Nevertheless, though, round will be going towards FaZe, just a case of can they actually take the guns off of the mousesports players here?
Wow.
They've got double AWPs.
They're coming in to try and steal those weapons back. The bailiffs has arrived, Ben. One of them will find the first AWP. Carrigan as well going to go down, so there will be no save whatsoever for mousesports as it takes the turn to an 11-9 scoreline.
And this is the round where mousesports have to, eco this one will buy next, but it does mean there will be no AWP for the next round unless they get some kills involved. Which, I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one because you do have the possibility of having a double AWP situation there. Chris J and Woxic both very capable of doing it. But at the same time, from what I've seen, Woxic, we didn't see him pick up the AWP too much yesterday. He was more or less rifling vertical, he was just rifling straight up. Oh no.
Oh, the utility.
That's a heavy hit. Oh, 97 and 92!
What on earth? They're so low. The Rain's actually going to get the spray them all down as well. Finishing everyone off. Nico with a nice little 1-tap to put a firm bullet point at the end of that round, as they're now 1 round away from equalising it. I'd like to see actually what the utility damage is, because it's been ridiculous for the amount of nade kills we've seen, or just sheer damage alone into this one. It's got to be pretty darn high.
Just the second half, though, has had so much. That's the crazy thing. But it shows, though, that you can straight up kill somebody with the HE grenade if it hits them, because it can hit you more than once, right? And it can do up to 4 damage, which I think is a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But especially when you have no armor. But the fact that he did that to 2 people, they weren't exactly on each other either. There was a good separation.
Yeah.
It was at least, a player size, like
between
player model?
Both, yeah. It must have landed perfectly square.
Yeah. Crazy amount of damage.
Yeah.
But that was clearly this thing with Carrigan and Rain. Oh, Carrigan was just like, yeah, just run out.
just
Nothing's going to happen here now. We're too low. Just burst, screw it. He clearly knows that we do this on ecos.
That's the thing. FaZe have actually had a bit of a read of the understanding of Mouse now. They know how to handle them on their CT side.
The crazy thing is, if this goes a full 3 maps, we'll have had 5 unique maps just in the head-to-head of these 2 teams in the last 2 weeks.
Which is pretty wild.
That builds a good future for the actual matchup there. Quite a variety. Speaking of that, Guardian gets an opening. Woxic returns it. He shouldn't be able to get out. He does have a smoke though.
Ooh, goes out just in the second.
Frozen hasn't been seen yet. He's under the quad. He's been there the whole time. He hasn't yet played his card.
Well, Woxic goes down anyways. Guardian's going to find him through the wall with the orb. Here comes the flashbang over, so Rops has to make his move, essentially, with the support of Frozen. Rops will trade it back onto Rain as Olafmeister got the first pick. Darts back towards the bomb site. Nico again, just finding these one-taps. Luckily, though, Rops got the turn kill onto Olaf as he was actually trying to get out of there. He wanted to skedaddle his way over towards B. Rops can go for the slow rotate around and actually get towards this B bomb site. But FaZe Clan are going to take it. It will be theirs for the meantime.
So I think this is going to be a lot of the case of, because they played with Carrigan for so long, they know the read on how he reacts. If he's not one of the first 2 or 3 players to die, chances are he'll make quite a rash decision in terms of rotating or trying to gain some map control to get a better chance of winning. So Nico, who's just sat there, easy as he like, Carrigan will come storming around the corner because he does that on LAN.
Yeah, he does just run at you.
Yeah. It shouldn't really be winnable whatsoever. There's no kit involved. It's 1v2. That B-bomb is already tough to get into as it is. He's actually playing for exits. If you look at FaZe's money, the exits won't do much. Yeah. So none of them exit CT, gets nothing out of it.
Him surviving is way more influential though overall, really. So it's probably actually lucky that no one did come towards CT. If they went together, they could have got the trade.
Yeah. The worrying thing about that is, so obviously Woxy, he was stuck in that corner, he got the trade at mid.
Yep.
He then re-peaked anyway. I'm not too sure why. He had like, what, 12 HP? He could have just not re-peaked it, allowed himself to be smoked off, maybe spam through the smoke just to show I am still around here, but don't give them the chance to actually get an advantage. Yeah, we saw Frozen got isolated so much.
Yeah. I wonder how much he actually was exposed when he was peeking, because obviously he got hit through the wall, so could have been much. It might have been like a quick phase with a knife, maybe.
Could have been interpt as well.
He very could have been. Here comes the push up top banana though. Instantly the fight's going down. They flashbang back through so Rops could try and take the fight and slow them down immediately. Tons of utility already invested into this battle as well.
Yeah, some really good utility usage in this second half alone, really. Just like the offensive side of things, Molotovs being used, the HEs, it feels like they're rarely missing. Like, as in, whether it's map control Molotovs, you kind of don't expect to hit for the most part. Because it's more of a, I want to clear this area. They've actually swapped as well, Chris J and Rops, because Chris J had armor. He's actually overspent into this round as well. I'm not too sure why.
A bit too much of an investment could actually come back to bite them quite heavily here. Especially as the fact that them winning this round is still going to be a real struggle for them.
That was their last grenade on the CT side. So about 38, I think it was. Maybe 35. That smoke will start to fade. They do have the weapon here. Christian is actually just sat in pool ready to take a fight.
Yeah, he's just actually hungering for it.
If a flash comes over, he is doomed.
Oh no, but they're not going to flashbang, they just walk dryly in. However, Nico and Rain both find the first pick so easily. Frozen got 1 kill. It doesn't work out well, but Woxic with a wild play just sprints in, windmilling once again. Punches Rain in the face, gets traded back upon, and they do have the site. They're a bit paranoid and a bit shaken, but they have still been able to claim it. And this is going to be actually where FaZe take the advantage as well. They should get their 12th round here.
It was a very bold play by Chris, in all honesty.
Just sit and pull.
Like, it is one and done, though. Like, because the chance of them, 1, not flashing, quite slim. 2, it's not going to be more than 1 guy, like, bundling around that corner for you to get in the same spray. So I don't know, it's a bit of an interesting decision. It's a hero play at a time where you probably don't need to make as much of a hero play as you think. Carrigan, that's decent damage. Rob's can actually get a tag off on the way through here.
Oh,
that's probably killed Guardian for sure.
Let's take it down.
If the gun didn't anyway, but Olaf still got the AWP, so doesn't really mean much. They see Guardian 13k, Nico 13k. FaZe take the lead for what, the first time this game, I believe.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time they've actually had the solid lead. Yeah.
So looking at things, so I mentioned Carrigan. He's always been quite. You live by his style, you die by his style. Same way that Art does his stuff for Furia. Carrigan 0-5 in opening duels right now. On the other side of things, Guardian having a bit of a free time, 6-0 in opening duels. And it does feel like Carrigan, I wouldn't have said he's 0-5 in opening duels. It doesn't feel like it's been that much. Guardian, though, for sure, he's been on CT side and T. He's got some opening kills that have been meaning quite a bit.
Well, CT side Banana, he literally had it on lock pretty much every round. He was able to just peek out, get, if not the first pick, at least a follow-up frag after Nico had already got the opening.
The awkward bit is it's all stemmed from that, what investment was it? 3 HEs, smoke and a flash on the T side. It was just Glocks around. There was no P250s or anything. It's all stemmed from that round.
Where literally everyone had about 30 HP between them. And
the only player who had
went
health got completely destroyed as well. Guardian faced into wounds and he just got slaughtered. Like, Woxic couldn't hit anybody running through that smoke. He had a P2K, they were unarmored, so all he had to do was body shot. He just couldn't do it. None of them could, works things.
Instead, this is the position we've now been thrown into. A 12-11 scoreline on
Ooh, that's
round
a cheeky
24.
grenade. He just jumped through that over the actual apartments and landed it on the balcony. It's done 39 damage to Rain. It's quite a cheeky one, because you can hear that, like, the metallic noise off the rail, can't you? So you could actually just be ready for it and then just throw it as soon as you hear it.
Just launch it out to try and do that early damage. That's nice. It's also a big opening kill as well for Woxic, because he finds himself face-to-face in front of Nico. All right, FaZe. They're going for the A play this time. They're all grouped up towards quad side. They're getting ready to try and burst around. Molotov's in towards pit. Flashbang's going over as well to blind the CTs, make their lives so much harder. Instead, though, they're completely exposed towards balcony. Rops, luckily, is able to survive for a matter of seconds before his shoes get shot out, and he does hit the floor. Guardian going to go for the bomb plant as well. And Rain holding heavy towards quad. The smoke does block off the path for the meantime. Oh, Woxic gets the angle, though, on Rain. 1 bullet, 1 kill. The peek from Guardian. It looked like he was going to be able to get the double kill.
If it was slightly higher, I think he does get both of them with the same shot.
Yeah.
That's kind of... Oh. You can hear the in-game chat
HP?
It's like, did I hit you both?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
That could have been
such a close round, though. And Woxic recovers the AWP. That's a big part of it, because obviously he got that opening kill into the round as well. Very awkward situation for Rops there, wasn't it? I thought he was on the inside of the rail on the balcony at first, because he got the first kill. I always feel like as soon as you get that first kill, unless there's somebody else charging already around it, you just drop into pit usually anyway. Yeah. He was on the outside bit, so he could have dropped quicker than normal players do.
Just, dropped back.
Instead he lost
held to it.
His heels, really.
That's the only place they could have been shooting him, was literally like the base of his feet.
So Neo trying to get the banana control, throws the molly to the top. Utility being held a bit more by the banana players. Chris J already used his defensive utility. Flash is working very well for FaZe, and Neo very much lives by the flashes.
Yeah. Fully committing off the back of it, just runs in, it works out well. Full clear towards top banana now. You've got the site control. The Molotov won't really do much at all as well to try and delay this one. Doesn't isolate them either. The smoke's still down, so they can cross happily if they want to. Guardian takes a sliver of damage. It's a trio versus the full squad of FaZe Clan. Carrigan, he looks like he wants to be the instigator.
He was telling them to save just so he can try and get something. He's only got an MP9 anyway. That timing. Rain's not cleared this, so Neo will still check it. But it shouldn't be anything else from that.
No, it's really just survival for Carrigan. He's trapped in a horrible spot. Rain knows he's there. He will have to fight this. He uses the Molotov, though, for the meantime.
Imagine the panic if he were to go out, cough inside, kill Guardian, kill Rain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone else is over on A.
Oh, my word.
Or it could actually
happen. He's got no kit, though. If he had a kit, different story.
Yeah.
Or scary story, in fact.
That would have been a spooky one. A little bit late on the timing, obviously.
Nico checked the wrong side, unfortunately. So Rops keeps a weapon through, but look at... The money's not great. You kind of have to give up 14 here. You'll hope that you get a good buy into the next one. They are slowly damaging FaZe's economy, at the very least. Like you can see it's diminishing quite a bit. At one point, Guardian and Nico both had 13k. About halved at this point. It's been a very balanced effort across the board from all the mousesports players as well. 13 to 20 is the range of kills. So nobody quite stepping up in the same way we had yesterday, for example.
Yeah, it's not too ridiculous. It's all fairly sort of evenly distributed across. The Battle of Banana once again, always so influential into these rounds. Do you find the first kill though, Ben? That's going to be the bigger point, leaving Neo now down and out. Guardian as well. Struck down to 10 HP. They seem like they want to go towards A, but there's a creeping man working his way down B That's going to be Chris J coming down banana. Finally forced back by the flashbang because Guardian had to recover the bomb. If Chris stayed close, he would have been able to find this frag. I mean, Guardian's so low. He does have the AWP, though.
Yeah, it was Guardian trying to do basically his own Woxic impression, more or less. He went up mid, scoped the whole way. But Woxic knows his own tricks better than you do.
Okay, well, they smoke out. Trying to block off the line of sight from balcony and pit side. Woxic still holding strong. It isn't really going to affect his angle, so if they peek into him, he should be able to do a fair bit of damage. Gets 2 rapid shots off with a scout. Although it isn't a kill, they're going to be so low. They should be very easily finished off here by Rops in a prime position as he starts to punish, finds himself the 3K, frozen with a 4th as he gets the flick up from the Deagle. And that's going to be a 4K overall for Rops in the round, bringing himself to 24 kills.
I think that was 4 assists from Woxic right there.
Yeah.
All of the scout just getting a lot of damage done. But nevertheless, like, it just shows how easy it was, though. It's just a case of just tap, 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 over and over again. Easy as it comes. So FaZe used their final timeout for this actual game here. 13-13. Neo's the only one who has money is quite weak. He's already bought head armor anyway. There's an AK on the floor as well because Guardian has spent money to begin with. So there's nothing really to talk about regarding the buy. It's just a case of how do we actually win these next 3 rounds. On the side of mousesports, I felt like they probably should have just played for the 14. Instead, they, half invested? It wasn't a full investment, was it? And they made it work. I mean, Woxic, the big deliverer there. Doing very well with the Scout, not so much with the AWP on the CT side. Scout is getting a lot of damage. 10 assists.
The tags have been nice. I mean, he's been softening people up at least, so it's easy to finish off for everyone else. Now you've given him the proper gun in his hands at least. Curious to see what he actually gets up to with the AWP into this round. Supported by Rops, the early jump across down mid. Name's going to roll through. Small bit of damage done to 2 players there as well, on Guardian and Nico. No one peeks into him just yet.
So banana control still being battled for. Although mousesports haven't actually taken control of it. They smoked the bottom, they molotov halfway and everything. But they never actually took the control of it or anything. They, as far as they know, there was a player at the bottom or something. Which is why we see Carrigan moving over as well. Scary situation if you're a mousesports player because they've already taken top banana control again by, what, 116 it was, I think the flash came through?
Yeah.
And they're already forcing one of the smokes out from them. Carrigan's used his. I imagine this round goes down to the last 25 seconds fully before we see even a step onto the site. Smokes are now diminishing. We've still got 1 more on Rops, just been used towards apps. Woxic has his Molotov though as well. Christian has another smoke on B. The bomb is going to B, so this is going to have to be a arch push and then wrap towards CT spawn. Unfortunately for them, there's 2 players towards arch, if that is the plan.
Ooh. Okay, well Rain actually kills Carrigan, reading off the back of the shots through the smoke. This has changed things a little bit now. Everyone is casting all their utility towards the A site. They cause the rotate as well. Chris goes down just as the pick's found by Nico. Frozen has to battle back, gets the first headshot and a ton of damage transferred across into Guardian and Olof. But they're left so low when it comes down to the actual manpower they have remaining. It's just Rops and Woxic. They're stuck in the cement over at the A site. And Rain is lurking to try and find these kills as well if they move off. Actually sending Nico in as well to assist him here. They want to try and hunt these 2 men down. Woxic barely surviving. They need to clutch on to everything they can and carry it through into this next round. As FaZe Clan, they've got themselves a 14th here.
That's such an awkward situation because Chris was very reluctant to use his smoke. But surely you get your smoke down at 25 seconds regardless of the information on the other side. There's been no bomb spot. There's been only, what, the 1 kill? They're just carrying it spam through a smoke. Yeah. You just use it anyway, just because then it's down to 10 seconds when that's fading. If you've given them 10 seconds to get through your smoke and then onto the site plant, they have, what, 6 seconds to actually get onto the site?
To actually use
You can
that
delay
time,
so much. Instead, he's caught, essentially, with his pants down in the middle of the site. I just sat there like, what do you want me to do? Just like... Frozen nearly saves the day with that spray.
Oh yeah, the first
did
kill
a lot
was
of damage.
As well.
It's not quite enough though. Still a good buy across the board though. Pretty much full buys for everyone.
Well, It could have been so pivotal that we actually saw the save in the prior round for Woxic here, as he does still have the orb to play with. Let's see if he can actually do some damage with it. As FaZe Clan right now is starting to set the scene that they want to be taking Inferno. Oh, Nico peeking up towards Banana. Lucky that the timing works out for him as they're able to cross. Woxic still wanting this though, Ben. He's not giving up top Banana control. He's trying to fight it quite actively.
The worry is he only had that close angle. So as far as he knows, there's a player at the wall. That's a lovely hit. Pretty much lands on his foot. But because of his presence there, you can see how this control top Banana has come in about 15 seconds later than it did the last round. But they are committing to having Woxic there with Frozen rather than ChrisJ. ChrisJ is actually moving back now. Or Carrigan rather. See, the issue is if they saw Rain get the kill there, it's the same player that killed Carrigan last round. That would cause some confusion because last time they didn't go to the big site. They went to the small site. The gamble appears to be the wrong one right now for mousesports. They do still have ChrisJ's Molotov though. 25 seconds. He can delay this even more. Frozen's going to arrive on the scene just in time as well.
Molotov goes down to try and block off the cross. Smoke's coming through as well. 15 seconds left on the clock now. Here comes the battle for the A site. Robson Co, they need to be crisp. They get the bomb dropped as Neo hits the deck. Olaf, Meister and Rain trade it back though, Ben, and now they have the advantage. Chris is so pivotal in this round. He gets the first, tries to flick it down, but he couldn't kill the bomber in time. And this is where it's going to be awful for mousesports. It hangs in the balance all on Woxic to see if he can actually try and be the superhero they need and stop the FaZe Clan from getting a 15th round. But Woxic, he's just playing for the exit, seeing if anyone's going to push off. It's got to be the 15th round for FaZe. They've been able to upset them on the attack.
Another late round scenario where ChrisJ essentially is the make or break for mousesports winning the round, essentially. There is definitely a situation there where when he actually kills Guardian on top of the box, the flick to the left instantly kills, I believe it was, Rain jumping up as well. There is a time where that perfectly works out for him. However, in this situation, it doesn't quite work out. FaZe now have 2 match points available to them. If they fail to capitalize, we would be heading into an overtime scenario. However, I think FaZe would rather avoid that situation. Mouse used their final tactical, so both teams have actually used all timeouts available to them, which is quite a rare sight.
Yeah, actually fully committed to it. We've seen a lot of pauses over the course of the event so far.
Yeah, mousesports seemed very willing to use theirs. MVP were very, very willing to use theirs.
MVP used all 4 pauses.
10 minutes.
Yeah, which was absolutely wild, really.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's the side of things where we're used to some teams just not bothering as well, right? But it's just, yeah, it's quite a crazy thing in reality, I guess. So one of the key things I saw last week with Pro League with mousesports was that the newcomers started off the event very strong. They were like top 3, top 4, 3 of them. And then ChrisJ and Carrigan were backing them up a bit. However, in the actual knockout games, Carrigan and ChrisJ were the ones performing.
Yeah.
In this instance, we've got Carrigan and ChrisJ, I believe, 4 and 13 in opening duels this map. Which, that's not what you want at all. From, like, those are the most experienced players for you. That's a much better pick, though.
That's actually a really nice way to start things off. Woxic going for the swing down mid. It's a hit as well, as he'll kill Guardian. Has taken a little bit of damage for himself, but it won't matter too much. He has got the AWP, so the Bogdan's Law should come into play. Apps control slowly being taken by FaZe, though. There's a bit of a spam in response. The bomb's been left towards T-steps. Oh, the tag.
Only 4 damage, though, but it felt like a lot more.
So if they want to go towards the B site, they're going to have to double back, recover this bomb. Nico and Carr are actually getting top Banana control, though, Ben. They're clearing it and pushing through.
Yeah, so Banana control, this time achieved without making too much noise. In the previous times, they've had to flash the top, and it's quite clear they've taken it, right? ChrisJ's actually got an AWP here as well on the Banana side of things. So that's a change. We've not seen him use the AWP since, what, the first gun round, I think it was? Or like the second gun round?
Yeah.
There's 2 AWPs towards the site right now. If Woxic is able to strike at CT, I'm not sure if they expect ChrisJ there as well. Oh, no. There's a player in CT.
Rain.
Woxic's ready for that.
Should have been able to find the kill. Woxic, though, prepared, strikes back around, gets the frag across, and this is where the conversion comes down over on the B bomb site. Woxic, sniper with a hell of a scope, taking out a cop or two, finds 3 big impact frags into the round. Nico and Olof tiptoeing their way out of there, and you're right, they are just going to be holding on to this. They don't want to lose these weapons for the next round. They're going to save it. Overtime could be on the cards if mousesports can get the next round.
Woxic really proving that he does want to send this game into an overtime. It is their pick still as well. But you can clearly see the level of communications there must have been screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got through Arch. Woxic just turns around immediately, kills that player. And then Frozen and Christian on the side are clearly saying, somebody could have got through the CT smoke. He turns around. Just as he does it, there's a player just coming through CT towards Ruins. Everything working out for them. It's not a fantastic buy. Utility's great, but Neo on the Galil, I guess, if there is a player that you would want from that lineup, it probably would be Neo, just on the basis of star power.
Oh, these faces from Woxic. He's been trying so hard to get the aggressive early pick towards bottom. Banana gets the tag on towards Nico. This is wild. He's going to Molotov it as well, so there's no cross back. Bogdan's Law comes through,
killed him.
But it's killed him! Oh, no!
Bogdan's Law takes another man. Just give me the up. I'm on fire.
Ah, bad. My bad. Oh, it's actually going to be kind of awkward now. As it's a good first pick to play with. FaZe are going to be frustrated as well, losing Nico that early into the round. Guardian's trying to clear towards Banana. It's a little bit of a lone effort. His team now moving over to assist him. It seems like they might actually go for the Wolfgang play. Everyone grouped up and towards the B-bomb site.
I wouldn't be surprised if Carrigan tries to make an information play towards mid. There's no... Actually, so Frozen still has his smoke, but it looks like they want to play contact.
To try and turn from the smoke, the comes back through. Woxic, he gets the shot across. Frozen, if he can play around this smoke, he can do so much. They're all running into him. 2 beautiful kills, and it's all left on Neo. The big man, the Polish Punisher, with a task ahead of him to try and win this game and shut it down 16-14. He just has to win this clutch in a 1 versus 3.
He didn't find any grenades on the way towards Banana there. That's so unfortunate. In 1v3, you need those grenades, unless you have 100 HP, which he doesn't. There's a gap.
There is a little bit of a gap, actually. Just depends what he does with this. They're going to be going over towards the bomb, but Rops will find him. The headshot comes out. Neo denied. And so is the win for FaZe. We're going into overtime here on the first map. Inferno might be mousesports' pick, but they're going to have to fight for it.
Yeah, there's definitely a situation there where whilst he doesn't just walk straight into where they can actually see him, he just spams that full line.
Taps it down, gets the kill.
If you remember, there was that, the Oscar triple kill as well? That was, which he got from that similar position with his AWP straight through that area.
Yeah.
Ooh, very difficult situation, but I wonder how this actually goes through with 16k on the side of things, though, because we saw Chris J, he did have an AWP, like they were running double AWP in that last 2-3 rounds. He didn't really use it though.
He's not actually opted to go for one either.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the things where he just figured, I'll switch it up a bit just in case they think I do have an AWP still. Yeah. Speaking of switching things up, Rob's charging down mid.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of damage.
Everyone is up Banana already as well. And they're so blind, they couldn't see anything, Ben. They've all been slaughtered because of it. The nade going to get trapped under Neo's feet as he's kicking it back and forth. His feet get blown off, and this might actually be a big opening explosion for mousesports.
That's such a weird thing. There was battles across the board, really. Mid, Guardian was taking the fight there. Banana, there was constant action as well. Carrigan not actually rotating into Frozen here, even though the bomb is down there. Frozen does have a Molotov still. That's a noise cue. Frozen, he's actually willing to just take the straight up fight, and he does win it. So he does pick up the AWP. There's no point actually, I was going to say, there's no point in picking it up. We've got 16k, you won the first round of CT. You can buy it no matter what, essentially. So the AK is of more value at that point.
Yeah, just clutch onto the better weapon there. He's been crisp with the AK as well, hitting a load of tasty headshots, so definitely be in his favour to actually clutch onto that. First round going the way of mousesports is it's a bold start at least. The hectic plays towards Banana were interesting.
So Carrigan just threw away a flash and spawn. Either the HUD's broke or he just didn't pick up a Molotov. It's the same situation again. 3 players going hard towards Banana. Frozen this time not fighting it. They're going all the way. Wops on the other side of things is near bottom mid as well. But they're coming back. Wops is going to be screaming. They're coming back.
They should just run into Wops. He's trying to fight it. He gets 1 kill. Guardian's down. Neo with a quick flick.
That was good damage as well, though. Rain, he did quite a bit to Neo, 30 damage too. And a lot of information there as well. He was just like, so they went top of banana. That's the information. There was 3 of them bottom mid. Guarantee.
It's a good read at least. They have some information into the round. Wopsic's going to get smoked off back over the arch side. Trying to make a big presence towards mid. Rain just firing off warning shots with the AWP back down towards Chris J.
Can't imagine he keeps that AWP. Really? He's one of the few players I wouldn't say they pick up an AWP, like, ever.
Yeah.
It's like RPK having an AWP. You only see it in the show match at Pro League Finals.
It just doesn't happen. Well, can we actually find some snipes coming through? Rain does give the AWP back to Nico. He's going to smoke over towards arch sides. Bit of a trade of confusion. Everyone else grouped up towards apps. Carrigan is watching it. Oh, but the timing is so awkward for him as he refaces. Everyone is now right up next to him, fighting their way through. Woxic trying to strike down with the AWP in a close range angle. Somehow survives. Nearly gets the second frag as well. Nico has to fully commit to the swing around. It's a 2v2. But the commotion is all over the place. Chris J as well. He can deny the round right here. Ben, the double kill, denies the bomber, kills the man in pit, wins another round. A sneaky Chris J play.
It's, you know, it's about time really, because it was one of those where last 10 seconds it's not been going in his way whatsoever so far. However, this time it goes all his way. Doesn't want to pick up anything after that though. I think he's too busy celebrating. High fives all around.
Fist bumps here and there.
Him and the boys right there.
Yep. 17-15. One more round here, and mousesports will have a 3-0 on the first half of the CT side. They need to win 1 round to close this down in the first overtime. Guardian looking for an early pick, barely being able to see their heads there. Gets the shot across to the Chris J and the follow-up as well. The instant response is
so
good.
Much damage.
But the nades are really starting to whack off at least some HP.
Carrigan flash is coming in.
Oh, Frozen.
Peek with it. That smoke was such an awkward place for him to battle through there. Guardian's managed to shoot 8 AWP shots.
He just kept shooting.
Yeah. Just carried on going. I suppose why not when apparently you can just do it through the wall. No scope, pretty much.
Yeah, that was a crazy follow-up kill.
It's a bit of complete contrast to how the regulation banana control was. There's constant battles on banana this time in overtime. Woxic has to use his Molotov just because that arch smoke was coming in. So they're actually going to be severely limited to what grenades they have left on this site. You got 1 flash just been used by Woxic, the other one is on Frozen. Him being on site, you don't really want to use it, just because of the angle, it's kind of difficult to do it. The only place that would be worth using it would be towards behind Woxic around here where the camera was just then, because he could then use it to peek arch and control that side.
Yeah.
That's a nice Molotov though. That was thrown off the skybox.
Well,
oh no.
Here comes the push in towards the site. Woxic waiting, they line up for him, Ben. He gets the double kill on the first. 2 birds with 1 stone. Rops as well, just dominating down, being able to find himself some tasty kills with the M4. Frozen for the final killing blow on Guardian. And that is Mouse getting all 3 of the rounds. Clean sweep there on their CT side in the first half of the overtime. They need 1 round. That's all they require to shut this down and walk away with their map choice of Inferno. Be 1-0 up in this best of 3.
It's about time really that we've seen a collateral come through.
Yeah,
quite
there's
a few.
so many like near misses or literally just tags as well.
Yeah, like, obviously we saw a, like, in quotes, collateral with a HE grenade.
Yeah.
I suppose, right? But otherwise, the AWP shots, we've seen Woxic do it 2 or 3 times. Guardian, he had that 1 instance on quad as well. Let's see how they do on the T side though, Mouse. Technically, this is the half they won 9-6 on.
This is the better half,
yeah. But how does that work? Because they started losing when FaZe got money in their bank, right? So potentially that double AWP, they can just get out. I was going to say every round, but if they lose 1 round, then that's it.
Yeah.
Question is, how can they utilize it? can just see a flash coming over or something and just a quick peek.
Ooh. Well, they walk into Guardian at the B
They're
side.
both there.
It's never an easy task. Neo as well, trying to assist him, but he's taken down, overthrown by Carrigan. Cold blood as he gets that kill with the Krieg. Rain literally just sat in the smoke bin, waiting for his element to strike. A couple of spams coming through. They're going to be able to detect him. Now they actually have the manpower advantage. Gets traded back though. Guardian is going to be having none of these shenanigans. He doesn't want them to have the upper hand in the battle of the attrition.
Orloff has all the utility in this scenario. However, you still have 2 AWPs in the retake. There is an M4A1S back there, which Neo or Nico would really need in this situation. It's a very nice kill to find as well. 2v3, they need to get in.
It's now or never. This is it. It should be the first map going the way of mousesports as this round appears to be set in stone. Olaf Meister and SCO bouncing their way in towards the bomb site. They don't have much time. Nico with a shot back across. Surely not, as there is no time for him in this one. He's going to be killed by Robs. He hits the deck, and mousesports will take it. It's 19-15. They overthrow FaZe Clan on the first map there. Inferno goes the way of